let's go. Looking back at the predictions I made in 2020 films, as well as making new predictions for the 2021 films. I don't know why I added that, but I'm gonna keep it in. Fellas, we are back. I did this thing back in early 2020 where I tried to predict how the films of 2020 were gonna look like. It wasn't essentially accurate. Like, out of all the accurate predictions I did put in that video, nowhere in the fucking video did I put
a virus known as COVID-19, which is a part of the subfamily Orthobunkin, will lead to a pandemic that causes society and the film industry to dramatically change.
Now listen, before I do this video, I have to talk about my predictions from last year because they were god-awful, literally. Okay, first of all, I predicted Birds of Prey was gonna do incredibly well in the box office, better than Suicide Squad, which was a complete damn lie, apparently. That film was the worst DC film since Jonah Hex. What the fuck even is Jonah Hex? I don't know what that is. And then the Sonic film, which I predicted was going to be horrible and a bomb, fucking obliterated Birds of Prey, which I was not expecting.
Meow.
And then after all that happened, after all that weird shit happened, completely out of left field that I was not expecting, all of society shut down, every fucking theater closed, which was just insane. And then the craziest thing happened, which was one of my predictions actually came true. Mulan. I said this in the video.
I'm gonna say Mulan's gonna get like a 73 on Rotten Tomatoes.
So, I also predicted it was going to be dog shit. Okay, now to the fun stuff. Now we're going to predict the actual films that are coming in 2021. A lot of them are recycled from 2020. They were just delayed into 2021. I'm not going to do any of the films I already predicted in 2020 because I already said my piece on them and it's the exact same opinion. So I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm not going to be like, yeah, Black Widow looks kind of good. Okay, so Morbius is coming out in March, apparently. I do think this film is gonna come out probably in March because Sony's just gonna want to dump this. It's gonna be a crude 3 situation where it comes out and then just goes straight to VOD in 3 weeks. I can't imagine Morbius is gonna be the film that saves cinema. Dude, this film is gonna suck ass. No one can tell me with a straight face that fucking Morbius, this D-tier ass villain, looks like a good movie. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion just based off the like to dislike ratio, but this movie looks like complete dog shit. Like, you can make a movie genuinely out of anything, but this D-tier ass villain does not deserve a movie. Like, you can Google any Spider-Man villain. You just pick one at random. Every single one of them deserves a film more than fucking, what is it, Morbius? Doc Ock deserves a movie. Norman Osborn deserves a movie. The Spot absolutely deserves a movie. There is this villain that I just Googled now, called Living Brain, who deserves a movie 1,000 times more than Morbius. The Living Brain's powers includes being able to rotate 360 degrees and believing in himself. I'd much rather watch a movie about this weird ass fucking robot following his New Year's resolutions, being a better father, going to the gym, rotating 360 degrees, than watching a movie about some weird ass, lame ass scientist Jimmy Neutron dude who can do echolocation. I just do not care about this movie. I'm still gonna go watch it. This film's gonna get a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck this. Ghostbusters Afterlife genuinely looks like a lot of fun. It seems like a film that's going to honor the original Ghostbusters film, unlike other films that came before in the Ghostbusters franchise.
Oh, hell no, the devil is a liar!
I do really love the original Ghostbusters, and while I genuinely do not think it'll be able to surpass it, it seems like it's going for a completely different tone. This film seems to be in good hands, not just from people who genuinely love the Ghostbusters franchise, but also people who love 80s films in general, like Goonies or the John Hughes movies. I think this film will sit at around like an 83%. That seems right to me. I think it's going to be great, but just not as good as the original Ghostbusters by any means. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is coming out this year, and I'm genuinely excited for this film. Again, it's a film where I don't really know what to expect, but that's what's kind of exciting about this. Like, I'm genuinely more interested about this film than the Black Widow per se, and that's because I hate women. I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. I am genuinely more excited about this film than Black Widow because again, it seems like such an original concept that I haven't seen before in a superhero film. Like I know what I'm getting with Black Widow to a certain degree, but this feels completely different from any other Marvel movie that came before it. I think this film will sit in an 87% range, and I know I don't have much to say about it, but the reason why I'm including it in this video is because of this prediction I'm about to make. And I'm scared to make this prediction, but this film is coming in July, and this is gonna age maybe horribly, but I'm gonna say it anyways, fuck it. I think by this point, when this film comes out, theaters will be at full capacity again. I think this will be the film that saves cinema. It will be another MCU film that people will be excited to see because it's the next phase of the MCU, and that will get people into seats. While I don't think coronavirus will be done completely, I feel like enough people will be vaccinated where people feel more comfortable going to a theater. This will have the biggest box office opening since Bad Boys for Life in 2020. I genuinely believe that, and that's gonna age horribly maybe, but I don't care. In fact, I'm gonna come back in 2022 and be like, I was right. You guys are idiots. Okay, the Uncharted movie. I love the Uncharted series so fucking much. I've actually only ever played 1 and 2. I do own 3 and 4 and I'm gonna play them eventually and the spin-off. But man, I fucking love Uncharted 1 and 2. Those are fantastic games. Nolan North brings so much life as Nathan Drake. Likewise, Emily Rose as Elena and Richard McGonagall as Sully. These characters are so fantastic and I do genuinely love them. Weirdly enough, I actually only started playing the Uncharted series after Tom Holland announced that he was gonna play Nathan Drake because I do genuinely like Tom Holland. I'm not excited for this movie at all though, man. I was not expecting that at all. Tom Holland does not seem like the perfect choice to play Nathan Drake at all, in my opinion. I think an Oscar Isaac or a Nathan Fillion would have worked much better in the role. The casting just seems off, you know, and it's so weird that Elena's not gonna be in it at all. I get that it's a prequel and it comes way before the first game where Nathan Drake is much younger and less experienced, so that could be cool, but I just don't think this will be good, and I hope I'm proven wrong. I do think this film has a leg up upon the Tomb Raider movie, which I have yet to see, but I heard is kind of mediocre, and that's mainly because the characters from Uncharted are much more likable than the characters from Tomb Raider. I adore the Tomb Raider reboot and its sequels. I do genuinely love them, and I think Lara Croft is a solid, great character, but besides Lara Croft, I can't name a single character from that franchise. So I think from that sense, I think Uncharted definitely has more to work off of than a Tomb Raider movie. But I'm scared based off the casting alone that they might butcher those characters. For instance, when I'm thinking who they should cast for Sully, my first instinct isn't a Mark Wahlberg type. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't like the concept of this movie in theory. I do genuinely hope that this film is good. Video game movies do not have a good track record, but with Detective Pikachu and Sonic, they've been on their way up. I can't lie to you. Okay, you have to understand. This prediction is based solely off of set images, official pictures, and casting. We don't even have a trailer yet. But right now, I think I'm gonna predict a 54% with critics. The Suicide Squad is probably my second most hyped film of 2021. Second only to a film that I haven't talked about that I'll talk about soon. This film seems completely different from all the superhero films that came before it. Apparently it's gonna be a gritty war film in the style of Dirty Dozen. I do love James Gunn, I do trust that man, and the fact that Warner Brothers gave him full creative control of this film and they're not trying to do studio meddling, and the teasers I saw and how passionate the cast and crew looks about this film, it's just really exciting. I'm predicting this film will have a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. I do doubt this film will make as much as The Joker or even Wonder Woman 84, but that's mainly because it's coming at the same time as HBO Max. I don't think it will make as much as Wonder Woman 84, and that's simply because it's a rated R film, so parents can't take their kids to see it, but still I digress. Alright, here's the big leaks. My most hyped film for 2021, except for Boss Baby 3, which is gonna be a masterpiece. Spider-Man 3, dude, I'm so fucking hyped for this movie. My homie, Tobey Maguire's coming back. My homie, Andrew Garfield is coming back. My homie, Alfred Molina's coming back. Jamie Foxx is coming back. And I do want to see that man get a second chance because dude was fantastic in Soul, man. I did make a predictions video to this movie already, but judging solely by all the rumors we're getting, all of it is just completely out the window, man. Except maybe Daredevil? That was rumored to be in it? That's cool. And I know people are like, oh, this film is gonna seem overcrowded. And, oh, don't sacrifice Doc Ock. That will ruin his beautiful character arc in his sacrifice. And while they're right, no, they are right. They're genuinely right. I do think John Watts is a fantastic director. I did really enjoy the first two Spider-Man films. I know people had problems with it, but I am fairly confident that he will make a great film. I do hope it has a bit more of a heart to it and is a little darker in tone. And my biggest hope, I guess prediction, is that Sam Raimi has some involvement in this movie at all. I mean, he is working on Doctor Strange 2, so it's not too huge of a hope, but I do hope this man has some involvement in this film. If he does, that would be so fucking hype, man. I do think that Spider-Man 3 isn't going to be this huge Spider-Verse movie, and instead it will be more of a lead-up, and Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire will have cameos. There's a lot of pressure for this film, and it could go bad easily, but I do have trust in John Watts. I think this film will be sitting in an 89-90% area, and this film I think will be the biggest film of the year. But yeah, those are all my film predictions for this year. I'm genuinely a lot more excited for films this year than I was last year, and then last year a lot of films didn't come out, but that's beyond the point. But I'm really excited for what this year will bring all of us, and thank you for watching. Click that like button if you want, click subscribe if you want, and yeah, see you next time.